Who are your top 5 favorite presidents? Now, I know your top 1 from a previous, and that's probably Washington.
Yeah, I would say probably Washington.
Okay, you got 4 more.
One. Number 2.
This is going to be like pushing rope or pulling teeth, I feel.
Yeah, it will be. Number 2, I would say Lincoln.
Why?
Well, I mean, I don't agree with what he did in terms of waging the Civil War, but he certainly would have been the best one to finish it. And I always say the worst thing that happened to the South was Reconstruction. Was defeat. But the second worst thing that happened to the South was Lincoln's death. Because...
Why?
Because he would not have put through Reconstruction. And if we hadn't had Reconstruction, likelihood we would not have had Jim Crow. And the racial problem that is such a huge part of our national malaise possibly would not have existed. I mean, if you compare the way slavery was ended in the West Indies and the aftermath to the way it was done here, it could have been handled a lot better for everyone concerned. But it wasn't.
I see.
Okay. And so I would say Lincoln would be number 2. Number 3, Jefferson Davis.
You can't do that.
Why can't I do that?
Because he is not on the list of, what are we up to, 45 or 44 presidents? Or he's not on the list. He's that's a different entity that he was a president of. I mean, you might as well count presidents of France and Italy and all these other countries then. If you're going to do.
The South is definitely part of the United States, thanks to President Lincoln. So why can't I have President Davis as well?
Because he's like the anti-president. He's the counter-president.
The counter-president?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
You can't do that.
Okay, all right, fine. But I'm only succumbing under protest.
Okay.
I hope that's marked by the audience. Okay, so after him, then, if not Davis, I would say President Reagan, Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh, why Teddy Roosevelt?
A number of reasons. His trust busting, his flash, his vehement opposition to birth control.
Okay.
Which he saw for what it was long before anyone else did. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
But in weird contradistinction to him, I would say President McKinley, because he refused to sign the Declaration of War against Spain in 1898, which of course made Teddy's career, charging up San Juan Hill. But President McKinley, I think, was the only one of our presidents who refused to sanction a war. So that alone gets him something for me. Now, if I were to have honorable mention...
Okay, yeah.
Calvin Coolidge, Silent Cal, because he shut up.
Okay.
Warren G. Harding.
What? The Harding gang and all that corruption?
Corruption, schmorruption. He was a joiner.
A joiner?
A joiner. He joined everything. The Rotary, the Kiwanis, the Elks, the Moose.
Yeah, how do you do that?
By joining it. The Ku Klux Klan. He was initiated right there in the office, in the Oval Office.
Is that a good thing?
The Klan wasn't, no. But he would join anything that would have him. He was the opposite of Groucho Marx. He would join any club that would have him, and he joined everything. Gosh, if you name it, he was a member of it.
Okay.
So I like Harding for that reason. Millard Fillmore, because
he died in like a...
He didn't die in office. He replaced President Zachary Taylor.
He's not the one that died quick? Or Zachary Taylor?
That was William Henry Harrison.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right.
And him too, because he gave us a taste of the way presidents should be.
What?
Short-lived. And Martin Van Buren.
Why Martin Van Buren?
Because he was a Dutchman from New York, and because he gave us one of our signal Americanisms.
What?
Well, his estate was in a place called Kinderhook, New York. And apparently, when he was master of Kinderhook, everything went very well there, everything was done in a certain way and so forth. And as a result, they used to say when things were all right and being well done, that they were okay. Old Kinderhook.
Wow.
Now you know.
That's a huge legacy.
Yes, isn't it? To be the father of okay.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And it's true though, look it up.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I can't stop myself saying that now. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, but the five, if you're taking away President Davis from me, President Washington, President Lincoln, President Teddy Roosevelt, President Reagan, and
McKinley?
McKinley. I have to admit that while I have very little regard for the policies, etc., of either FDR or JFK, there were small elements of what they did that I did like.
Like?
Oh, backing the arts and learning and so forth. In the case of FDR, some of his architectural policies, that kind of thing.
Is that a unique thing that presidents don't do? I mean, that a president, I mean, is it that unusual to support the arts?
It was up until Roosevelt, definitely.
Okay, that's interesting.
That was the role of a king, not of a president.
Hmm.